Typhoon Goring strengthening near the Philippines. So a Category 1 typhoon now for Typhoon Saola, the international name. The Philippine name is Goring, and it is still drifting pretty much southwards right now at 19.3 north, 123.5 degrees east, perched off the northeastern tip of Luzon. At 8 p.m. local time, it has 85 mile per hour winds and an estimated pressure of 973 millibars. The latest movement pegged at southwest at 2 miles per hour, although it looks on satellite imagery as though it may be actually more southerly than that. And we expect that it will continue on that general south track before executing a loop off to the east and then round towards the northwest again. Very complicated. Well, here it is right now with its wind field, which remains fairly small, certainly for a typhoon, only up to 75 nautical miles in the largest quadrant, the northwest. Signal 1 warnings for the Batanes Islands, the Babayan Islands, eastern Cagayan and eastern Isabela. It is 165 kilometers from Santa Ana, 203 from Basco, 243 from Itbayat, 260 from Tuguegarao and 582 from the capital Manila. Here's a storm located in relation to the islands on the map, and you can see it is close for comfort, and tropical storm force winds are expected to occur along that eastern coast of Luzon, although the typhoon winds should remain offshore. And as such, the primary hazard remains flash flooding. It will track dangerously close to eastern Luzon, where strong winds and heavy rain is possible, and then we're expecting rapid intensification, which could begin at any time if not already, and is likely to become a major wind threat later on in the forecast when it comes back for round 2 over the islands, particularly to the north in the Luzon Strait. Rainfall totals could reach 600 millimeters in some areas, which we'll explore shortly. Here's the forecast then, based on the model ensembles, and this is where it takes us. The loop happens a little bit more quickly than first expected, I think. I think it went further south in earlier model runs, and now it goes a little bit further north towards the later part of the forecast, towards the southern tip of Taiwan. JTWC have their track even further north than this, so there is a lot of uncertainty over whether it will go through the channel and into the South China Sea, or whether you can see on the left there that JTWC track takes it pretty much into Taiwan. It currently has 85 mile per hour winds, and there's the estimates down at the bottom. JMA running with 80, JTWC 75, and some Dvorak technique estimates taking it closer to 90 miles per hour as of the latest update. But overall, 85 miles per hour seems like the best call. Here's a chart showing the warning signals right now from Pagasa. Signal 1 warnings in all of those blue shaded areas extending into Cagayan and Isabela, but not that northwestern coast of Cagayan. It's just those areas much further towards the east and those islands to the north. Now, this is the GFS forecast over the next 7 days, taking the storm round on that adventure once again, and GFS does take it straight through the channel and then into the South China Sea, pretty clearly actually, without affecting any of the major land masses on either side, and as such it does become a substantial typhoon, probably a Category 4, maybe even to super typhoon strength, as it reaches that peak intensity pretty much in between the Philippines and Taiwan, and then moving on into the South China Sea, maintaining a lot of that strength. Looking at the simulated radar imagery as well, this is what it's looking like, and as you can see, lots of rain around that area. Not too much along the coast at first, and it looks like more of that will happen the second time around, although it will enhance some rainfall further south over the central Philippine Islands, and Mindoro once again could see very high amounts of rainfall. You'll see that a little bit on the bottom edge of the screen there, but the storm pretty much keeps to itself until that second pass by the looks of things rain-wise, although of course the mountains will get enhanced precipitation throughout. And then off it goes into the South China Sea, could affect the coast of China, Hong Kong and Macau. Looking at expected rainfall totals then, and thankfully the storm isn't stalling over land, because look how much rain is being delivered over those sea areas, up and above possibly 40 inches, that's 1,000 millimeters. But for some of the other areas there, down in Mindoro, we're looking at possibly over 20 inches, that's 500 millimeters, and some of those islands could get similar amounts as well, getting up towards 26 inches there, that's getting to 600, 700 millimeters, and over parts of northern Luzon as well, getting to 6 inches there, nearly 7 inches actually, and that is getting on for 200 millimeters and 5 inches up there in Taiwan and in Manila. Sea surface temperatures are providing a lot of this energy for the rainfall potential, with temperatures easily getting up to around 29, maybe even pushing 30 degrees Celsius. This temperature chart reads a little bit low, so probably 30 degrees for large areas there, and especially so when it enters the South China Sea, where those temperatures get even warmer still by the looks of things, at least for a time. Of course, the storm could be its own worst enemy with upwelling concerns, and that might slow it down on that second pass if it upwells the water that it creates the first time around. So here it is on satellite imagery right now, and you can see this storm's prowess. It's starting to really show off its structure. The eye wall and eye is getting much better there, with decent amounts of convection blowing up. There's another flare up now on that eastern side, much like when we were looking at it yesterday. Of course, it looks much better today. You can find all of this satellite imagery on the Force 13 website, force13.com/satellite, and the storm is looking good. Significant convection also over northern Luzon right now, and over southern Taiwan, which will be providing some more rainfall there as well. Most of it remaining out at sea, thankfully, but the storm is getting pretty close for comfort there, very close now to the northeastern tip of Luzon. Slight deviations westward could have big implications for its wind field, but at present we're not expecting typhoon winds on land from this first pass of Typhoon Saola.